tonight we're not going to finish talking about this, but I want to talk about the mark of the beast, separating fact from fiction, as we look at a few different ideas that are here. When we talk about the mark of the beast, we're talking about something found in Revelation chapter 13. And we'll go ahead and just read verse 16 through 18 right now. It says, "He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. So this is this idea of the mark of the beast, and it's not a good thing. And there are certain misunderstandings about this mark of the beast. And I'm sure there are some that I've never even heard of, but just some of the common misunderstandings, and often it's misunderstood because of false teaching. But one is the idea that the mark of the beast is barcodes. The idea that all barcodes somehow add up to 666, or they have that number in them or something like that. It's not true. But a lot of people believe that. It was something that was spread around, I guess, when barcodes were newer. And it still is talked about by people who don't investigate it. Others more recently have said that the mark of the beast is a vaccine, specifically the COVID-19 vaccine. But that's rather odd because I've never heard of anybody getting the vaccine in their right hand or in their forehead. But anyway, there are people that basically will just take anything that they're afraid of or don't like and call it the mark of the beast. Some people think a microchip that's implanted in the skin or some kind of tracking device is the mark of the beast. All right. The mark of the beast, some people, because the number is 666, some people, anytime they see that number, they're afraid of it. I know people where I grew up around people who would be afraid of getting a receipt or, getting a payment that they owe of, like 6 Rand 66 cents, they'd buy something additional just to change the number. And, because they're just afraid of that number. And then some may think that the mark of the beast is just a physical mark on the hand or on the forehead. And for all of these things, we can actually just dismiss them because none of them have any evidence in the Bible except maybe the last one, that it's a physical mark, as that it does talk about it as a mark on the hand or the forehead. But if you look at all the other ones, there isn't any kind of connection between those ideas and what the Bible says about it. Those are just things people talk about and say, but there's just no evidence whatsoever, and therefore we can dismiss them. But what is the mark of the beast? We can approach that in different ways, but what we want to start with tonight is who is the beast. If we can figure out who the beast is, then we can understand a little bit better what the mark of the beast is. And we're going to figure out who the beast is primarily by connecting some prophecies together. So here in Revelation 13, we'll go back up to verses 1 and 2, where it introduces the beast. And it says there, "Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. Now the dragon is Satan. That's very clear. It's made very clear in the book of Revelation. That's Satan, and Satan is the one giving power to the beast. So the beast is not Satan, but he's someone working on behalf of Satan. All right, so we read that Revelation 13, verses 1 and 2. Now in Daniel chapter 7, we have a very similar prophecy. In verses 3 through 6, it says, "And 4 great beasts came up from the sea, each different from the other. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I watched till its wings were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand on 2 feet like a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And suddenly another beast, a second, like a bear. It was raised up on one side and had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. And they said thus to it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I looked, and there was another, like a leopard, which had on its back 4 wings of a bird. The beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, exceedingly strong. It had huge iron teeth. It was devouring, breaking in pieces, and trampling the residue with its feet. It was different from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns." All right, so when we look at these 2 prophecies and we connect them together, we find, first of all, that the beast in Revelation came out of the sea, and the 4 different beasts in Daniel also come up from the sea. The beast in Revelation had 10 horns. Now, it also says it has 7 heads, but the 4th beast in Revelation has 10 horns. In Revelation, it says the beast was like a leopard. Well, in Daniel chapter 7, one of the beasts was like a leopard. The beast in Revelation had feet like a bear. Well, one of the beasts in Daniel chapter 7 was like a bear. In Revelation 13, it had the mouth of a lion. In Daniel 7, the first beast was like a lion. So you see that the beast in Revelation 13 is a combination of these 3 beasts, the first 3 beasts in Daniel chapter 7. All right, so then in verses 5 through 8 of Revelation 13, it says, "And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. It was granted to him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of the life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." And in Daniel 7, in verses 23 through 25, when he explains about the 4th beast, he says, "Thus he said, the 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom on earth, which shall be different from all other kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it in pieces. The 10 horns are 10 kings, who shall arise from this kingdom, and another shall rise after them. He shall be different from the first ones, and shall subdue 3 kings. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High, shall persecute the saints of the Most High, and shall intend to change times and law. Then the saints shall be given into his hand for a time and times and half a time." All right, so when we compare these 2, we see that the 4th beast will be a 4th kingdom on earth. So the first 3 beasts are also kingdoms, and the 4th beast is a 4th kingdom. If we bring that idea into Revelation 13, this beast is then a kingdom. It's the combined ideas of the first 3 kingdoms. All right, in Revelation 13, it says authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. In Daniel 7, it says that the beast will devour the whole earth, trample it, and break it in pieces. That's the idea of controlling the whole earth. In Revelation 13, he blasphemed God. We see that in Daniel 7. He would speak against the Most High. In Revelation 13, he made war with the saints to overcome them. In Daniel 7, he shall persecute the saints of the Most High. In Revelation 13, this would last for 42 months. And in Daniel 7 is for time and times and half a time. And that's really the same thing. A time, 1 year, times is 2 years, and half a time is half a year. And that equals 42 months. If you take 42, divide it by 12 months in a year, then you get 3.5 years, or time times and half a time. So it's the same amount of time that he's talking about as well. And the beast then is the fourth kingdom of Revelation. The beast of Revelation 13 is the fourth kingdom of Daniel chapter 7. It's made up of the previous 3 kingdoms. It's the lion, which in Daniel, if you study through all the different prophecies, it's pretty clear that it represents Babylon. The bear represents the Medes and the Persians. The leopard represents Greece. And this is then the fourth kingdom, which is Rome, which combines all of that territory, combines all of their previous strength into one even stronger, bigger kingdom. And so that's the empire of Rome. That's the fourth beast in Daniel chapter 7, which means that's also the beast of Revelation chapter 13. All right, so that's where we're going to stop for tonight. But we would just want to show that, some people claim or believe different things about the mark of the beast that really don't have any biblical reasoning behind them. And if we're going to understand the mark of the beast, we have to understand who the beast is. And we see that this beast really is the same as the fourth beast in Daniel chapter 7. I think I didn't even point out all the connections between them, but there's a lot. And the beast is a kingdom. It would come after the kingdoms of Babylon, the Medo-Persian Empire, and Greece. And so the beast is the kingdom or empire of Rome. It was going to be at the time of the early church. It was going to persecute the Christians, and we know that did happen. So that prophecy is fulfilled. So whatever the mark of the beast is in particular, which we'll look at more next time, Lord willing, it's a fulfilled prophecy. Now, we can learn some things about it for us today, but what it was talking about with the mark of the beast has actually already been fulfilled. We're not going to run into the same thing today, but we can certainly run into the same kind of thing, and I think it's important for us to look at that as we go forward in this study. All right, thank you. I hope that was helpful.